Hey, it's good to have you here. You know, sometimes the games that quietly sit on the shelf, the ones most people skip or never really notice, can turn out to be something special. Today, I just wanted to take a little time to share a few of those with you. 12 games that didn't get much attention when they came out, but I think they're really worth playing in 2025. Nothing big or loud here, just a calm look at some games that might surprise you, or maybe even become new favorites. So if you're in the mood to explore a few titles you might have missed, let's take this slow and go through them together. There's something quietly powerful about stepping into the world of A Plague Tale: Innocence. It's not the kind of game that shouts for your attention. It's more like one you slowly find yourself sinking into step by step. The story gently pulls you through villages, forests, and shadowy streets, where even the smallest detail feels carefully placed, like you're walking through pages of an old, forgotten storybook. The way you move through the world is simple, but it feels meaningful, almost like you're always on the edge of something you're not quite ready for. There's a quiet tension that stays with you, not because the game is loud or fast, but because the moments feel real, like you're protecting something that truly matters. What makes it special isn't just the setting or the characters, it's the way the game lets you feel the weight of every step, every puzzle, every glance over your shoulder. It's a calm, steady kind of adventure that gives you time to notice the sounds, the soft lighting, and even the feeling of just being there, in that place, with those people. If you've ever been in the mood for a story that doesn't rush you, but still pulls you forward, this is one you might want to spend some time with.
Climb up. I'll help you.
Here's something a little different that I've been spending time with lately. It's called Singularity, and there's something quietly fascinating about the way it blends time and memory into its world. As you explore the worn-out buildings and quiet abandoned spaces, you can almost feel the weight of what's been left behind, like you're walking through the echoes of something that once mattered. The pacing lets you take your time, and the moments where time shifts around you are handled in such a natural way that they feel like part of the world's rhythm, not just a game mechanic. It's the kind of experience where small details catch your attention, the flicker of old lights, the sound of distant footsteps, the soft hum of something not quite right, and they all gently pull you further in. What's special here isn't about moving fast or solving everything right away. It's about letting the world reveal itself slowly, one quiet step at a time. I think there's something really satisfying about spending time in places like this, where you're not just playing through levels, you're sort of uncovering a story that's been waiting there, just beneath the surface. There's this other gem I've been playing that really surprised me with how peaceful and thoughtful it feels. It's called Valkyria Chronicles, and it has this quiet charm that slowly pulls you in. The world feels like you're stepping into the pages of a hand-drawn story, where every little building, pathway, and field seems carefully painted with soft colors and gentle lines. It's not just about moving pieces across a map, it's about carefully planning each step, feeling the weight of your choices, and watching little moments unfold as you guide your team through their journey. There's something really special about how the calm, almost storybook setting mixes with the slow, steady strategy, where you're never rushed and always have time to think. The way you move your characters, the way the world responds, it all feels personal, like you're quietly helping them along, one thoughtful decision at a time. It's the kind of experience that lets you settle in, take your time, and really enjoy the soft rhythm of learning, exploring, and growing attached to the world and the people you meet along the way. You might not have heard about this one, but there's something really special I've been enjoying in the Saboteur. It quietly draws you into its world with this unique way of showing how places can feel heavy or full of life depending on what's happening around you. As you walk through the streets, you notice how some areas feel gray and quiet, like they've been drained of color, and as you push forward and make a difference, little by little, the world seems to wake up again. The feeling of moving through the rooftops, taking quiet paths, and slowly opening up the city makes every step feel a bit more personal. It's not just about big moments, it's the smaller things, like watching a splash of color return to a street or finding a quiet spot with a soft view of the city lights. The pace is calm enough that you can take your time and really notice the world around you. It's one of those games where you might start exploring just to see what's waiting around the next corner, and somehow it keeps pulling you in without ever rushing you.
Could use a hand. Keep your left up. Yeah, thanks for the tip.
I really want to show you this next one because it has this quiet way of pulling you in without making much noise. It's called Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, and there's something peaceful about the way its world feels overgrown and forgotten, almost like nature has slowly taken everything back. As you move through the old crumbling cities covered in green, you start to notice the little details, the soft rustle of leaves, the way the sunlight gently falls through broken buildings, and how the world feels like it's been left behind, but still has stories to tell. What makes it stand out is how the journey feels steady and calm, giving you time to explore, to solve simple puzzles, and to feel the quiet rhythm of traveling with someone who slowly becomes important to you. It's not just about where you're going, it's about the quiet moments in between, when you stop for a second and just take in where you are. I think it's one of those adventures where the soft pace and the peaceful spaces make it really easy to just get lost in the journey. Here's something different I've been spending time with, and it really caught me by surprise. Gravity Rush 2 has this gentle kind of freedom that just feels good to explore. The world is bright and full of color, floating softly in the sky with little streets and quiet corners that almost feel like they're waiting for you to find them. What makes it so special is the way you move, not just walking or running, but shifting through gravity itself, gently drifting between buildings, soaring above rooftops, and gliding through the air like you're weightless. There's a peaceful rhythm to it, where you don't feel rushed to do anything. You can just float around, watching the world from different angles and noticing the small things, like a quiet street market, a distant skyline, or the soft hum of the wind around you. The whole experience feels calm and playful, like you're slowly learning to enjoy how light everything can feel when you're not tied to the ground. It's one of those games that makes you want to keep exploring, not because you have to, but just because it's fun to see where the next little breeze might take you. I really want to show you this next one because it's one of those games that quietly surprised me with how peaceful the empty spaces can feel. It's called Mad Max, and even though the world is dry and broken, there's something strangely calming about driving through it. The roads stretch out forever, with soft winds brushing across the sand, and the silence in between each moment feels almost like the world is giving you space to breathe. You're not just racing from place to place, you're moving at your own pace, watching the sun slowly set over quiet hills, stopping to explore an old ruin, or just listening to the soft sound of the engine as you drift across the open desert. The way you build your car and make little changes to it feels personal, like you're carefully shaping something that belongs to you, something that will carry you through this wide, lonely world. It's not about going fast or finding action around every corner. It's about those quiet stretches where it's just you, the sky, and the sound of the road. There's something really peaceful about that, and I think that's what makes it such a special experience. There's this other gem I've been playing that feels almost like getting lost in a quiet dream. It's called the Pathless. And what really stayed with me is how peaceful the world feels when you're just moving through it, without anyone telling you where to go. You're gently gliding across wide, open spaces, with the soft sound of the wind and the light rhythm of your steps blending into something that feels calm and free. The way you travel here is different. You move quickly, but the pace never feels rushed. It's like you're flowing with the world instead of racing against it. You've got this little companion flying by your side, and there's something really comforting about having that quiet connection as you explore forests, hills, and soft, open skies. There aren't waypoints pulling you in different directions. You just follow where your curiosity takes you, stopping to notice the little things along the way. The whole experience feels gentle, open, and full of soft moments that you can take in at your own pace. And sometimes that's exactly the kind of adventure you need. Let's talk about another one I've been quietly enjoying. It's called Alpha Protocol. And there's something really interesting about how it lets you shape your own path, like you're gently steering the story in small but meaningful ways. What makes it feel special is how your choices aren't just about missions, they're about the quiet little moments where the way you speak, the way you move, and even the way you react can slowly change how the story unfolds. The world around you feels grounded, but there's still this soft, adventurous energy as you travel to different places, meeting all kinds of people along the way. It's not about rushing through action, it's about taking your time, learning who you can trust, and feeling the weight of every decision as you go. The pace gives you space to explore and figure things out at your own rhythm, without ever pushing you too hard. I think what really makes it stand out is how personal the journey feels, like you're writing your own quiet version of a spy story, one thoughtful choice at a time.
What's going on? Why did you drug me?
We need to get the location. Lucky shot.
All right, you're all done. Head on back.
Here's something different I've been playing that really left a quiet impression on me. It's called Concrete Genie, and there's something beautifully peaceful about how it lets you bring life back to empty spaces with just a gentle brush of color. As you walk through the quiet streets covered in shadows and silence, you get to paint soft, glowing images across the walls, and with each little spark of light, the world slowly begins to feel alive again. The way you create feels free and personal, like you're carefully adding your own touch to places that have been forgotten. There's a soft rhythm to it. You're not rushing through levels or chasing after points. You're just taking your time, breathing life into the corners of the city, one gentle stroke at a time. It's the kind of experience where even the smallest details, like the flicker of a painted star or the simple sound of footsteps on quiet streets, can feel meaningful. It's calm, thoughtful, and leaves you with this quiet feeling of having made something beautiful out of something that was once left behind. You might not have heard about this one, but I've been spending some quiet time with Spec Ops: The Line, and what really caught me is how the world feels heavy in a way that slowly sinks in as you move forward. At first, it feels like you're just making your way through the soft haze of a sunlit, sand-covered city, but the more you explore, the more the atmosphere gently starts to weigh on you, like the silence has something to say if you're paying attention. The streets feel wide and almost empty, but there's always this quiet tension in the air, as if the city itself is watching. What stands out here isn't about moving fast or finding constant action. It's about taking slow, steady steps through a place that makes you think and quietly wonder about what's really happening around you. The pacing gives you plenty of time to feel the world, to notice the little details, like the shifting sands, the distant echoes, or the way each path feels like it's leading you somewhere you're not quite ready for. It's a thoughtful kind of experience, and it stays with you in a quiet way, long after you've put the controller down. I really want to show you this next one because it quietly surprised me with how peaceful a city can feel when it's completely empty. Ghostwire Tokyo invites you to wander through quiet streets where time almost feels paused. The city lights still glow, the rain still softly falls, but there's this gentle stillness, as if the whole world is waiting for you to explore it at your own pace. As you move through the narrow alleys and wide crossings, you start to notice the little things, a drifting paper charm, the soft reflections in puddles, the way each building feels like it has its own quiet story. What really makes this one special is how it lets you flow through the city with simple, thoughtful movements, using light and motion to gently guide you forward. There's something calm about the rhythm of it, where you can just slow down, look around, and take in the quiet beauty of the space. It's not about rushing or chasing, it's about feeling connected to a place that somehow feels both familiar and completely otherworldly at the same time. And that's the little list I wanted to share today. 12 games everyone skipped but you'll totally love in 2025. It's been nice just talking through these with you, taking it slow, and spending a bit of quiet time together thinking about games that sometimes get left behind. If you've played any of these or if one of them caught your eye, you're always welcome to share your thoughts. I'd really enjoy hearing what you think. And, if you've been enjoying these kinds of relaxed chats, you're welcome to stick around for more. No rush, no pressure, just whenever you feel like it. Thanks for spending this time here with me. I really appreciate it. I'll see you again soon.